Ladies and gents, hello and welcome to Congo2 TV. Please consider subscribing to Congo2 TV if you haven't done so. So last weekend, Gwen Berry, an American Olympic hammer thrower, turned away from the flag as the national anthem was being played to protest against racial injustice in America while at the podium after having qualified for this year's Tokyo Olympic Games. And since then, she has received fierce backlash or outrage from political figures like Senator Tom Curtin, Representative Dan Crenshaw, TV personalities, and so many other Americans in general, while on the flip side, so many other Americans have shown her support and solidarity, while we cannot also forget those who are just like, it is her First Amendment right to peacefully protest, like is the position of the White House, according to Jen Psaki, the White House press secretary. Now, this is not her first time protesting. Just like Tommy Smith and John Carlos in the 1968 Olympics, just like Muhammad Ali refused to go to the Vietnam War, just like Colin Kaepernick took a knee in the American football, Gwen Berry did protest again in 2019 by raising her fist while at the podium, for which she was punished to a 12 months probation by the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committee because of the Rule 50 of the International Olympic Committee that prohibited any sort of protest. The rule stipulates no kind of demonstration or political, religious, or racial propaganda is permitted in any Olympic sites, venues, or other areas. Now, let's begin with this.
You have plenty of time in your off time to be an activist athlete, but could you just have a little bit of respect for the people that fought and died for your right to even stand on that podium?
What really saddens me is that we have a culture now in our country, and it's growing. A culture of people who disrespect our nation, disrespect our flag, and disrespect our anthem.
Now the conversation is just about how disrespectful she is.
They should bar her from competition at this point.
You know, it's interesting what Jason said, too. I mean, who does she represent? Does anybody feel like they represent her? I mean, that she represents them.
When you become a member of a team, you cannot go out and protest against the team that you become a member of. It just makes no sense at all, no matter what sport you're in, whether you're in the National Football League, whether you're in baseball, any sport.
Then have the political guts to not participate in the games to represent the United States of America. Go participate in your backyard. Go to your YMCA and compete in hammer throwing if that's what you want. But if you're going to wear the flag, the United States of America, and represent us as a country, then you're going to have to be okay to put the red, white, and blue and listen to that national anthem. And if you want to protest, then go do that on your own time, but not while they're playing the national anthem in front of the world.
This is all about her. The national anthem is about us, about our whole country, all of us. And she chose to make this about her so she would get the headlines, and it is such a disgrace.
Okay, first of all, to those who said she did this just so she could make headlines, duh. What in the world is the reason for protesting? What in the world is the reason of protesting? Of course, protesting is so you can grab people's attention. Now, when you have millions of eyes on you, that is the perfect moment to do it. Secondly, this does not mean in any way that she is against neither her team nor the United States. Because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, she is representing the United States. Which means if she wins in Tokyo, the honors goes to the United States of America. Thirdly, that is not disrespectful to the nation, the anthem, the flag, neither to the people who died for the nation. Plus, this same person who is talking about disrespecting and respecting our flag.
You have plenty of time in your off time to be an activist athlete, but could you just have a little bit of respect?
She used to ferociously attack those who used to peacefully march. She did the same with Colin Kaepernick, who took a knee, but was absolutely incapable of mentioning at the Daily Show with Trevor Noah even just one correct way for black people to protest. So she doesn't mean what she's saying. She must just be allergic to any form of protest, or probably any protest by black people. Now let us listen to what the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki had to say about this when she was asked about it.
This weekend, Gwen Berry, who hopes to represent the United States as an Olympian on the hammer throwing events, won a bronze medal at the trials, and then she turned her back on the flag while the anthem played. Does President Biden think that is appropriate behavior for someone who hopes to represent Team USA?
Well, Peter, I haven't spoken to the president specifically about this, but I know he's incredibly proud to be an American and has great respect for the anthem and all that it represents, especially for our men and women serving in uniform all around the world. He would also say, of course, that part of that pride in our country means recognizing there are moments where we are, as a country, haven't lived up to our highest ideals, and it means respecting the right of people granted to them in the Constitution to peacefully protest.
Exactly. The Constitution of the United States grants everyone the freedom of speech, gives everyone the freedom to peacefully protest. So all those who are attacking her or trying to command her not to protest or when and where to protest are going against the United States Constitution. Those who are against her protest are not in a single way more American than her, so they have absolutely no right to dictate when and or where she can protest. So you cannot pretend to be patriotic while denying your compatriots their constitutional rights. Ladies and gents, sometimes when something is permanently and seriously bothering you, you don't have to immediately fight it. Sometimes you have to look at yourself and ask yourself, why is it that that same thing is bothering you so much? Because sometimes the problem is internal rather than external. So before taking certain action or fighting certain problems, ask yourself why it's bothering you, because the problem might be internal. So it might be, well, you fix it internally instead of attacking what is on the external. So ladies and gents, I wish all the best to Gwen Berry, and may God be with us, may God protect us, and we are still together.